Alright, let's see if we can, you guys sweated? No, it's just the game. Dude, it just kicked me out of the game. I don't know. Alright. Okay, I'll get back in. The stream went down. Yeah, it looks like hopefully we can get back in. The reason why is like sometimes it like kicks you out and it's like, no, you can't get back in. They'll say like your account is still like in the game, but like you're not in the game. But thanks for letting me know. I appreciate it. I mean, I was about to get off pretty soon, but I still want to at least finish the 1 hour little play session that we were supposed to do on it. Hopefully it puts us in the exact same spot. I don't know if it, I have to redo this part. Oh. Also, I probably has to change this to Diablo 4, right? Diablo 4. Boom. That would be good to go. Hello, Sam. How you doing? Just mess around with Season 8. Alright. So it looks like, oh, we have to walk all the way back. Alright, well, we'll just resume it here. Alright, so we got kicked for a second, but it looks like we are back. Unfortunately, when I loaded, I skipped the part where we like loaded back in, but I have to actually walk all the way back over there. There's nothing I can do about that. But to be fair, the PTR servers, they're always like this. I would be surprised if every few moments we get kicked. That was actually a pretty long play session. When I was playing on the Sorceress, no joke, I think like every 20 minutes the game would just kick me out, or it would just crash, or it would crash, and sometimes it would kick me out and it'd be like, your character is still in the game. I'm like, oh, obviously I'm not in the game. But there's another time, ooh, there's a goblin though, hold on. Maybe it's going to be worth it. This goblin is going to have some quality loot. It's going to make it worth it. Oh, we got a crossbow. Alright, so come on, star shards. That's the one big upgrade. Artful initiative. Alright, well, that's not going to be very useful. It's also not very useful that it clicked the thing to go back. I hate when it does that because it happens so often, because it's bound to whatever you have for evade. Okay, so now we're back to the spirit realm. I mean, we were only like 30 seconds in here, and then it looked like we DC'd. Okay, so we gotta go through the spirit realm. Oh, it's a ring. Could this be an upgrade? Yeah, but it's like it's some of these upgrades are so small. Pretty much, I know that unless it's like a legendary, it's worthless. And even though in this season, one of their like big things that they wanted to change was that they wanted to change that blues and yellows had value. Because I've actually talked to Blizzard about this, like as a Diablo partner. Sometimes usually I'll tell you guys what I plan to tell Blizzard, because sometimes you guys give me good ideas too. And I was thinking like it'd be cool that blue and yellow items had a purpose, or just delete them out of the game. Like for example, one thing that I talked about for a really long time was that like blue glyphs, what's the point of them? And they eventually just decided, like, he's right, let's delete them. So that was a good change, right? Because no one, not even like the worst player, would be like, yes, I'm going to level up this blue glyph. Like, there was no need. Maybe it was going to be a secret in the game to level up all your blue glyphs to 100. There's a secret Easter egg. But realistically, yeah, no one used the blue glyphs, right? Whereas I don't see any value in the blue or the yellow items. Within 2 hours of gameplay, my entire inventory was all legendaries anyways. Because, remember, the item power, everything is tied to, like, getting them to be legendary or greater affixed eventually, right? So their idea of changing that didn't really do anything.
Don't you remember me?
We're too late.
But, you know, it was a good idea, though. Like, I do genuinely think that they should make blues and yellows good. Alright, so 1 second we can snapshot this. Boom. There's also a snapshot with a potion that you can do. We can put the points into that next. But you see how every single hit is crit? It's lovely. So snapshotting is not dead at all. Even though they said they wanted to remove it, it still definitely exists. Now, it doesn't exist on the Druid anymore, or the Necro, or the Sorc, but the Rogue still has actually a lot of snapshotting. The reason why is you lock in everything for a perma-channeled skill that can be perma-imbued too, is nice. There we go. Alright.
No! No.
We really need one more point after this one. But yeah, the other thing would be to pop a potion. It's
We
like
can't let him die for nothing.
increases your
Power
damage. Yeah, this
gathers
one.
there in his heart. He can still help Nerel.
There's also, you can
Then
also
cast
do an
swiftly.
evade.
The corruption is spreading.
So you can pop the potion, then do the evade, and then pop potion, evade, concealment, shadow imbue, and then you snapshot all of it, man.
Oh, Eru,
Alright.
come.
But the thing is, I usually forget to do those other ones. I like this because it's very easy, but yeah, if you want to go min-max as hard as possible, that'd be the correct route. Is Twisting Blade Rogue still bad? I mean, I don't... It's supposed to be... The new thing for Rogue to test out this time around is definitely going to be the... traps. There's like a new poison trap thing. Ooh, is this 11% movement speed I see? It is. Alright. The rest of the stats don't even care. It's just... It's more than whatever we had from movement speed, right? We got the 10.3. Much better. Alright, so now we can do this. We can rescue Nerel, but I want to, at least in this video, because I know we've been pretty much doing that. We're going to do this incursion over here. Where's it? It's right here. Okay. So I know we've been pretty much doing the campaign, and the campaign, guys, I'm telling you, is way, way, way better for leveling. I promise you, it is so much better. It is like, again, in 1 hour of gameplay, look at this. You can see this is from me creating my character and putting on the skills, and I was still learning, but you can see at the timestamp of 1 hour, which what are we at right now? 53 minutes. But in 1 hour, we were level, like, we weren't even level 15. Now, I did get a bunch of powers, but I want this video to kind of show you guys how much XP you're getting from all forms of content. So let's go do this one. So this is the season mechanic. Now, you don't have to get there at the start. You can kind of just, to be honest, you can get there towards the very end and let other people do the thing, and you get all the rewards because it doesn't scale it like in Guild Wars 2. But I don't really think it's that big of a deal. Like, I don't think people are going to care that much if you go to there in the last second and just get the boss killed, because if you're too slow, you may not get progress. One thing I've noticed is there's not that many people playing the PTR. Honestly, keep it real, the season is not looking super hot. So you click on this little eye over here, though. We're going to pop potion, and then now we've snapshotted it. Unfortunately, we got stunned. So we lose out on some of the bonuses. But basically, you kill a bunch of stuff. This is how the new season mechanic works. You click on the eyes, and they spawn a bunch of monsters. Unfortunately, it kind of sucks for channeled skills because you don't really want to stop your channeled skills. You got to click on the eye in order for all the things to spawn. It looks like we're also getting stunned quite consistently over here. But you kill all of the monsters that spawn, and you see over in the top right there are some skulls, but this way you guys get to see the XP and why I'm not doing this, because, well, it's just simply worse. But I wanted to show you guys, like, within an hour how fast you can kind of level. And it looks like if you do the campaign, I watched what Rax was doing, about 3-ish hours. Granted, you know, it depends on how good you are at the game. There's like content creators, like any of the Diablo partners will probably blast it in roughly 3-ish hours, depending on the class and the build, and also luck. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I've hit rank 1 in Diablo 3 like for opening night when they have a new season. Sometimes it is skill. Sometimes you get really lucky and you get like a really good item. Maybe you just get to the very end of the game and you're like, oh man, I just got a primal early on, right? That makes a pretty big difference, especially if it's like a high range on a roll. But this is basically what you do. And then after we kill this guy, so his name is Apparition of Black Mailer, right? So there's all these different apparitions. When you kill these, they will then give you a power. Now, most of the powers, they're going to be useless, to be honest with you guys. The good powers are all on the tormented bosses. I don't have any powers equipped right now, but I will, for the sake of this little, like, you know, Season 8 leveling and thoughts on it, because I already kind of made my thoughts video on it. This is way faster to play the campaign for leveling. Because a lot of people are also wondering the same thing, what's the best way to level? And before I was telling you guys, I honestly don't know. Some people were saying the campaign, and then I played it, and I could tell you 100% the campaign is way faster. Someone also mentioned that they're going to nerf it, but I didn't see any like proof. But basically, Belial moves to a new location, and you slay, and you do the exact same thing, and then you kill Belial. What are we at? We're at 57. Okay. So pretty much, we're doing the same thing. You kill the apparitions. Well, since we still have a couple minutes, we might as well just do it here. So it's 1 hour pretty much on the dot here. Even though we kind of got disconnected, we looked at the video of me showing you guys that like I was level 15 with 1 hour gameplay on my Sorc. Even though again Sorc is a little bit slower, the campaign still yielded much better results. As far as legendaries go, they were both pretty bad compared to Season 7. Season 7, I really felt like when you did the root holds, the legendaries were definitely raining down from the sky, and you know, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of miss it, but at the same time, I felt like there was too much loot in Season 7. But leveling, I thought it was actually fine to have a crazy amount of loot. That way, you get to kind of build what you want to, versus like, now, whatever drops, you're locked in with whatever that thing is. Because if you don't play, whatever drops, then you just lose out on a big multiplier for damage, right? Especially with some of the ones like Incinerate, which is like 100x multiplier if you get that as a drop. It's a really, really big one. Alright, where's the rest of these apparitions? Alright, he's coming over here. Usually you'll see these little diamonds on the, okay, here we go. You see a little diamond right here. I'm going towards it. There's also a shrine over here. Let's grab this. That's a lethal shrine. We don't really need this one. Well, it still will give us 100% crit, so better than nothing, just in case we get knocked around with concealment, or like have to move. Helps out. But yeah, we've got to click on these little eyes. See if there's another one. Oh, there's one over there. Okay. Because eventually you'll run out of them. Like there's going to be like no more eyes. Like it'll be like the last one. And what you got to do, if there's only one more, is you do that one, and then it'll respawn a bunch of extra ones. So looks like that might be the last aberration. Okay, cool. And then we go back over here, and then we fight the boss, and then we fight Belial in his form. So you guys will still get the content out of this video, because my first like leveling one, like I was gonna make like a leveling one. This is just way better, and so that's why I'm gonna just upload this one versus the Sorc one that I originally had planned to upload, because I didn't know what was the best way to level. I tried leveling by just doing this. Obviously you guys can see the results. It's a lot slower, but you do get the powers. So what would be the best solution? To be honest, the powers are so weak that I cannot say that they're really good. If they do buff them, if there is a world boss, though, okay, this is important. If there is a world boss, you absolutely want to do the world boss, because the world boss powers are good. The good powers are all in the tormented section anyways. But this may change, but for now I'm going to upload this because there's going to be other people that want to play the PTR, right? Because the PTR boost is not available for the first few days, and so I'm still going to upload this way if someone wants to do the painful leveling, because I feel like it is kind of painful. But didn't really feel like, oh, these fights are way more meaningful. I'm playing on the hardest difficulty on my Sorc right now, Penitent, but I don't know if it matters in the campaign to play it on harder difficulty. I don't know if the rewards scale, but we're going to go ahead and kill this boss, and then after this boss, Belial will come out. Now, I'll be honest, Belial is actually pretty dang hard. So we'll see if we get... Well, actually, if we get this, it's going to make things so much easier. It's going to make things so much easier. I'm going to snapshot this because it's going to make the DPS go up like crazy. So pop potion, do this, and then we'll just spin to win. And then now we get to kill Belial.
Your insolence is at an end.
Now, there's supposed to be a lot more players here, but how he works and like the boss fight mechanics is you do not want to get touched by any of his poison abilities. They will absolutely delete you. They do crazy amounts of damage. Most of the other stuff, though, you can see like, oh, we did get hit right there, but it wasn't that bad. Now, again, once you go to the higher torments, this does do some crazy damage. But now that we have that momentum thing, we're getting massive amount of DPS. But he does one move where he shoots out a bunch of like circles. If you stand like on him on melee, now this build doesn't stand still, so it's gonna be so like this over here. You want to stand in the center of them, so they just kind of explode outwards. And then with this build, I mean, it's basically like whirlwind that gets to be ranged. It was pretty easy to defeat him. So yeah, we're about an hour in. We're level 25, so we're about halfway technically. It's a lot less than halfway because it gets harder to level up. But remember, I'm missing aspects. We can go up in difficulty. We are also missing out on the rewards for the ashes, right? When you get the smoldering ashes, when you level up in the battle pass. By the way, the battle pass is not here. I can't show you guys that. But since that's not available, and we're still missing star shards aspect, so I would say, I don't know, we're about an hour in. It's not going to be like a 2-hour thing. It's about a 3-ish hour thing. So we're about a third of the way there, because halfway technically to 60 would be 30, but in action RPG terms, it gets harder to level up. Now, I would probably recommend you guys to still just do the campaign, but if you want to mix it up once in a while, but specifically is if there's a world boss, you want to do that. So I don't have any of the powers equipped, but whatever boss I would killed, it would give me a minor power. The minor power, well, actually I should say this. All the powers can be considered a major or a minor. So if it says main, if I put it in here, it is a main. If I put it in any of the, so if I put it in any of the 3 bottom eyes, it's considered a modifier. And if I put it in the main, it highlights the main. You can see the text changes. So all of these blue ones, as far as I'm aware of, these are all acquired by just doing what we just did. Now, if you want to get the orange powers, these are world boss, world boss, world boss. If you want to get these, I got this one, and this one's actually pretty good because it does a big amount of damage. It does 1,000 damage over 4 seconds, which is quite nice. Now, these other ones over here, they're so small. Like, look at what they do. So the main one, if I damage a vulnerable enemy, it removes a vulnerable and then it stuns him and surrounding enemies for 0.5 seconds. And then this stun applies more stagger to bosses. So this could be okay for staggering, but that's the main power. Now the modifiers, you get to gain 5x vulnerable damage and increased via either crowd control, resistances. It could be, I think movement speed might be one of them. There's a lot that give you a bonus scaling. So like, okay, I get 5x vulnerable damage. Okay, it's still good. Like there's no reason why I wouldn't want to equip it. I think the one that we killed was Black Mailer. So this one over here, when we gain Fortify, we also gain that amount as barrier. So that's kind of cool. But if I use it as the main one, if I cast a core skill while I have a barrier, it gets knocked down close enemies, and it's a once every 5 seconds. So again, most of these are so small, especially while leveling. I would say it's totally okay to do the campaign, forgo these completely, but do the world bosses, because the world boss ones, these actually do some pretty good damage. In particular, I think a Chavez is pretty good. The other ones, like after I cast 3 skills that also apply to crowd control, you get to do some sort of damage. So that one can be okay too. And these will all scale with your Paragon levels, is what they said. I don't know if these are going to be God tier at the end of the game. Fingers crossed these are good, because if not, these don't, like these are all mostly world bosses down here. And then some of these are also other bosses, like Beast in Ice and Lord Zier, like the lesser tormented bosses. And then we have like the end game ones, which are like the Endarials, Durials. These ones over here will give you like an ability. These are the cool ones. Now, unfortunately, that's the way it's set up. Is like you don't get to experience the cool powers until the end of the game. So the way it's set up is you feel a lot less powerful. And the reason why, honestly, a lot of people are complaining about Season 8 currently is that we just did the season mechanic. And it takes us like 5 minutes. All we're doing is killing stuff. There's a Belial that you don't really get to fight his true form till later. That's cool that we get this awesome boss to look forward to, but as far as doing like this event, compared to Season 7, at least Season 7, there was a bunch of different things. If you guys remember, you would click on the frog, it would bounce, then you kill some stuff. There was the people called, it was called Entangled, where they'd be trapped and they would say, help me, and you would kill a bunch of stuff around them, and then you get your reward. There's also one where like there's like these tiny little animals. You can see there's another apparition. These appear, by the way, all over the map. So you go do one over here, then it's going to appear over here, then it's going to appear over here. You're going to be bing, teleporting around the map like crazy in order to get all of these things done. But you're only, as far as I'm aware of, unless there's changes, you're just getting the blue ones from that. The good ones are all locked behind basically the end game, except for the world bosses. I recommend doing the world boss ones if they're available, but it's not like they're always available. So yeah, anyways, that's going to be one of the best ways to level right now. It's currently to do the campaign, and I can definitely confirm that the campaign is much better than what we were doing for leveling. Now, if there's some very specific dungeon reset, someone let me know down below. But as far as I'm aware of, because everyone was telling me to do this instead of what we were doing before, which was, again, I was trying to level with this. Do not level with just doing apparitions. It is 100% not worth it. However, you do have to level these up just like the Restless Rot. So if I want to level up these powers, you can see I can level them up by hitting F. It costs 25 of this, and you only get 2 Spectral Ash on pickup, at least in the normal difficulty. These may increase as you go up in Torment. I don't know because I haven't reached it yet. But as far as this goes, these are relatively slow to upgrade as well. So if you start leveling with this, maybe it could be better. But I think most people just want to get to the end game as quickly as possible, and that is going to be much better to probably complete the campaign, get these done. I mean, they only take like, I don't know, 5 minutes to get one of these, and you're going to get all of them. But specifically focus on the world bosses, and then obviously these ones are the ones that are more exciting, the ones that you probably want. But again, you don't even get access to these until Torment, and that's kind of the mechanic. And you just basically socket these in. You can just right click to remove them, so I can remove them still. But this is what it would look like. You would just equip them, and you can also put the orange one doesn't have to go in any. There's no like order. It's just basically you get 4. There's technically 48 powers because each power has a major and a minor, and then you sock it in. Do you want the major? Do you want the minor one? And that's kind of how the power system works. But anyways, that's leveling. That's the kind of the experience. And again, if you want the best way to level, do the campaign, man. Do the Vessel of Hatred campaign. It is the fastest. And make sure you guys always pop your potions. If you can pop incenses, if you can just go to Sergar. If anyone pops them, you can also get the benefit. Even if you can't use them yourself, someone else can use them. Anyways, that's going to be one of the best methods to level, and that's like my first 1 hour experience of leveling in VOH. But yeah, do the campaign. It's worth it. Anyways, there's one little 1 hour play session for you guys. Enjoy, have fun in the new Season 8 PTR, and let me know, guys, what you think of it. Honestly, I want to say that it needs a lot more improvements, but you can check out my my rant video on Season 8. I'll pin it or something. Anyways, GG's. GG's, man. That was Season 8. But I also am going to go ahead and end the stream because it's 6:30 a.m. You like that you can teleport to the bosses now? Wait, really? You can just teleport to the bosses? I didn't know that that was a thing. Thanks for letting me know. This allows you to temper a unique at least once. That'd be cool. I agree. Sorry, I was kind of locked in there, Skip, man. I lost some fervor for the game when it was paid expansion. You lost some fervor? Yeah, you have to buy the expansion to do all the content. Yes, especially if you want to do the campaign of the new expansion. You will lose out on the runes, and you will lose out on being able to play the Spiritborn class. So yeah, if you don't have the expansion, depending on the class that you play, like Druid, for example, is like in Season 7, Druid is like super garbage without the expansion, but you have to have it. If you don't have the DLC, you should still do the normal campaign. Should I? You know, I don't know, Ease Up. I don't know how much XP the normal campaign gives you. So I couldn't tell you. I would say most people are probably interested in BOH campaign anyways, because then you get the den as well. But anyways, thanks for stopping by, guys. Appreciate it. If you guys are new here, my YouTube, TikTok, and Twitch are all the same. So if you guys want to... if you guys want to follow me over there, feel free to go and do so. If not, good night. Thank you so much for coming by. We'll be back tomorrow for more Diablo, and we'll probably play some Marvel Rivals tomorrow. But you guys have a good one. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. But what's up, Black Sparrow? You said wait. What are we waiting for? Nothing.